All right, welcome back. Now let's proceed to course section. So here we're going to duplicate this frame. Alt key drag down. So it's going to be core history 1. Now this time the core history icon should be active. So we're going to remove this view and give it a stroke of global color. Then we remove the fill and also update the text to our global color. All right, so here we change the color to height and the color of the text to height and give it fill of the global color. Then this will remain as it is. So this will show that the active page or screen is voice core. All right, so similarly we're going to do the same thing, but this time the frames will be different, right? So let's quickly go back to our previous screens and copy the core screen that we have, so we can make a duplicate of Sarah as well. Only the frame. Select the frame, Alt key, drag down to your frame. So here we'll keep it there. So before that, let's take off all these ones that were there before. Let's delete this, delete that. So let's bring this frame here and keep it there. Okay, now delete the other ones too and delete this one too. Okay, so this time we're going to make changes by just adding random faces. Okay, then here let's remove this icon and replace it with let's say a navigation arrow that will show there's a content there for user to check. Okay, or what we're gonna do, we can replace it with a placeholder instead of icon. All right, so let's just delete this and replace it with a placeholder. Let's say view. Okay, and move it to the center of the frame. Okay, and we can decide to also make it on the line. And change the view to that, so that it will show that there is content there for the user to view. Might need to include this in the previous screens too as well. All right, so we do that later. So Alt key to make you copy. Let's ungroup this text so that we can have it come down a bit. Then we'll bring this one down a bit as well and keep it there. So let's go to Unsplash and change the face of that and also edit the name. Alright, so bring it here. Actually select this frame and look for doctor. So let's select this and replace it with that frame. It's supposed to be added. Let's add again. It's not adding. Then delete that. It's added. So now we can double tap inside the frame to position the image. If that is not working, don't worry, just select it and go to the image frame here and change this to crop. This will enable you to move it and position the face as you want and leave it like that. So once you get the exact position, you leave it. Then here you can change the name to any name. So let's say this for Samira Ahmad. Okay, then you do that as well, change the time and all that. So you take your time to edit that and align the content properly. You can select them together and align them to the left. Excuse me. So we're done with that. So we select that frame, Alt key to make one more copy and all that. So if you want to add more copies of list, you can do that by just increasing the frame length. Then you can add as many as possible. Okay, so similarly here we also change the picture by double tapping there. Maybe you and also add another doctor face. So I already have this here. This time let's put this one and also go to image and crop. Then we move in until we get. So if you notice the face is too big, you can play around with the image itself. So let's go to, let's say, fit and see how you can scale. Now you switch to your scale to and see how you can scale the image and then position it to fit in the, so you can continue to scale it and reposition it. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Perfect. So once you're done, you click outside to exit and also update his name. So this is Dr. Jacob. Alright, so now we have that. You can also play around with it to make sure the alignment is perfect and also update the time. So if you're done, you can zoom out to just leave it like that. So here we're going to close the, so next is going to be the second screen. So Alt key you drag to the right, and this time we're going to update this history to voice call. Alright, so here we'll delete some of the content as well and just leave some. Okay, so let's come here and also copy this. Alt key drag down and bring it here. Let's select these three and delete them, and this one to delete it, and I will position this one somewhere around there. Snap it to the end of the, so select the two and also align them properly. Okay, that's it. It's okay. So here we're going to bring in the first image here, which is this. So now delete this one and just take this one up a bit. We're going to use our alignment to position the spacing and all that. Okay, that's okay. So next we're going to delete some of these ones and just replace it with some content. So you can select the three together, the text, the images and all that, and delete it. Okay, so here we take our text tool and write let's say the number of minutes, let's say 50 minutes. 50 minutes of let's say voice call have been recorded. So you just put any suitable language you think you can. Excuse me, there's no I here. Okay, so we put this into the center of the frame. All right, so now we will need a button here. So let's go to our assets and bring in one button, or if you want, you can go and just copy it from one of the frames you have there. So let's add this instance and keep it somewhere around there. It's not inside the frame, make sure it's inside the frame. So now we can take it and keep it there. This one to take it or keep it. Alright, so if we can add a little line, faded one, to just show a separation between the card and that of the, just have as a layer. So hold down your shift key to draw a straight line within the grid to let it exceed the grid. Then we can update the thickness to 0.5 and also the color to something faded, not sharp. So that's okay. So here we can now update the text from sign up to play recording. Okay, and that is gonna be that. Then we can also add a play icon inside, right? So let's go to plugin and search for play. Okay, so we can make use of this and put it inside the frame. Some cases might give you a problem. You might not be able to add it from here because this is a component, so you can go and do it from the component page if it's giving you a problem to add it. Okay, so you just create another another instance and add the play button. So you can even put it as play recording as one of the buttons. Then you just come and add the instance here directly. Alright, so that's it. So we're going to change this to height and also that to height. Okay, so one thing is it's gonna be a bit difficult to align them properly since they are not in the same frame. Alright, that's fine. Let's quickly go back to our component and add one more instance that has recording. Okay, so we go back to our files, then we go to our components, then we locate our buttons. So this is it. So I'm going to bring this down a bit. Alright, so let's add one more button. That's going to be one more component. Now we can name this as play recording. Okay, then we can add this thing in there. So you go to our plugins and this time let's use post icons. Then we search for play. So we make use of this and put it inside the frame. Okay, to make sure it's within the frame. It's not there. Let's put it there. So now it's there. So what you're going to do, you can also scale it down by using your scale tool and take it down a bit to fit in the same height with the text. Alright, so now we can change the fill to height. So this is better. So now you can delete the main frame that come with it. Alright, so now we go back to our design tab and add the instance. So you can take this off. Then we'll go to our component again, our assets. Then we update the instance. So let's add the instance. Make sure it's inside the frame. It's still not inside the frame. But it's fine. Before we do that, we can easily change the instance. Let's change the instance to, then this should be variant 10, right? Yeah, that's it. And now put it into the frame. Let's see whether it's with the frame. So they are together now. So this one that we added before, where we can take it down. Alright, so we're done with this second screen. I think we can add one more screen that will show maybe the user is playing the recording and all that. So let's duplicate this screen, Alt key to the right to make another duplicate. So this is going to be called history 2, and the last one will be called history 3. Alright, so now I'm gonna zoom out a bit. But before that, we come back here and do our alignment properly. So centered align, and we can distribute the spacing to 20 respectively. Alright, so that's okay. Can group them. So here, same thing apply, and just delete them together and make a copy of this since you have already applied alignment on that. Then you keep it there. And also align it to the center of the frame. Make sure it's inside the frame. So align it properly. So this time we're going to delete the button and replace it with maybe play icon. So let's go to our plugins and go to Phosphor. Let's search for play, or let's search for wave and see whether we can get something like that, or sound wave. It's not there. Okay, let's go to the other plugin, feather icon, sound wave. Still not there. Okay, let's go to our Figma. We search for sound. Is it there? Let's put the wave. Should be able to get one here. We can make use of this. So we add that to our frame. Okay. So what you're going to do is to make a duplicate of it. Alt key to the right so that we can connect it together. Alt key to the right. Okay. So merge them together, group them together. Then you can make one more copy again, one more copy again. I think that's fine. So now we can arrange them together, and their spacing, that is original spacing, leave it to 0, and also align them together. All right, so now what you're going to do, the first search, we give it a global fill. So the second set, the same global fill, but the opacity down to 50, so that it will not be the same set. So we can do the same thing the last set, to same global at 50. Alright, that's perfect. So we can now group them together, Control G. Okay. Alright, beneath that we can add another text that will say maybe the time, let's say 9:08 minutes. Okay, so align that to the center of the frame. Then we can add some buttons and all that. So we take our text tool, maybe right here, pause, another one will be play. Okay, Shift A to add an auto layer to that text, and this time we can give it a fill of our global color and change the text color to that of our global color as well, and give it a corner radius of 15, and this time we can reduce the height of the frame. Let's remove the padding to 5, and here's also. Alright, that's perfect. Okay, so select that and Alt key to the right to make another one duplicate, and this time we're going to change this to stop. Then here we'll update the fill to stroke, to stroke inside, and remove the fill, then the stroke color to our global color, and also the text color to our global color. So for consistency, we're going to maintain the same width. So this is 65, so we change this to 65 as well. So it is they are all 29 respectively. So now we can select the two together and make sure they are properly aligned, and their spacing, take it down to 15. Okay, then group them together and align them to the center of the frame. So now you can do the vertical alignment properly. Okay, so from here, here, and here, then yeah, I think we already had vertical alignment before, right? Well, let's see what you have the vertical spacing. So you are not there, jump out of the, so you select the text that jump out of the then with this you can keep them to to the same number. So that's it. Alright, so then the last one and the text, you can give them to, let's take it down to 25. Alright, so if let's zoom out and see what you have finally. So we should have something like this. Okay, alright, so we can still do more. Let's see if we can add something here. I think it's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. Let me see. Let's see the preview and see how the result will look like. So we go back. The recording is not in the frame, so you want to make sure it's inside the frame. I think it's inside the frame now. Still not there. Now it's there. So I want to keep it here and position it to the center of the frame. So if you take a preview again, you should see it there. All right, it's now there. Okay, so that's okay. Now we can proceed to the next one, but make sure you touch the frame, that is the navigation menu. Touch it and make sure it's properly aligned. Similarly here, we do the same thing. Bottom align. Okay. All right. So congratulations, we are also done with the voice call history section. The last one will be the video call, and we'll be doing that shortly. See you there.